Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Clues, Cues and Reviews, and today we're looking at the 7 Deadly Sins chapter 209. Before getting into that, it is a bit of a discussion I want to make, and it's quite important to me, not as a person who wants to get loads of YouTubers and get famous and make money and all that stuff, not because I'm making reviews, not because anything to do with YouTube, just from a fan that reads manga. I think it's important to appreciate the work that these mangaka do. And it's kind of hit me recently because of a lot of different mangakas getting ill for one thing or another. So Nakaba Sensie unfortunately fell ill, so this chapter is a lot shorter. Then it made me think he was ill before. The person who creates the World Trigger is also currently ill at the moment, or takes regular breaks. The guy from Hunter x Hunter, although he's slightly lazy at times, still gets ill and has to take time off. And there's been many a mangaka before him, even though those that do manhwa like the Tower of God, which is a brilliant story, he has to take time off because he's overworking himself, or she in some cases, of different mangakas. So it really bothers me that some people act all uprighteous and think they know better than everybody else, and they put down mangaka for the work and the storytelling because they're not happy with the story. And I just think that these mangakas, this is their life and their joy, it's their job to work so hard to provide us this entertainment, and a lot of people just don't appreciate it. And I'm not saying not have opinion, everyone has an opinion, but just chill out and tone it down and appreciate the work that they put in. I mean, if you look over the last couple of years, a lot of main storied mangas have finished. The media industry, or the manga industry, is changing, and we need to appreciate these mangas while we've got them, because when they've gone, you're not gonna have any more of this. You're just gonna get nostalgic and think back and say, oh yeah, that was a good story. So please, if you can, for those who do watch this video, please appreciate these manga for who they are. They're human, they work hard, this is their pride and joy, and let's appreciate them while we've got them. Anyway, let's get on to this review. So, as mentioned before, chapter 209, or manga chapter 209 of 7 Deadly Sins, was really short. 8 pages, I'm hesitating to guess, or 7 maybe. And it is because Nakaba Sensei got ill. With that being said, let's look at what is actually discussed and what's kind of mentioned in this chapter. So the Indras go back to normal. They're fainted, they're down, they're out, and Elizabeth's kind of relieved, and the whole pressure or release of the concentration or using her energy has caused her to faint. She gets caught by Meliodas, and Rucidiel takes this opportunity to kind of deal with them, because from the look of it, from the war standpoint, okay, you can say it's a bit underhanded, but it makes sense. When they're at war with these people, they'll do everything to kill them off while they can and get advantage. And this is something that King reciprocates. He goes, look, he understands that feeling. We're in war, but in this scenario, you need to respect Elizabeth's efforts here, and you can't go trampling over her emotions because you think that's going to benefit you in the war. And basically Lucille gets stopped by King and Dolor, or King and Diana, Dolor and Glashina, and basically they explain that point, and there's a whole thing about, okay, we've saved these lot now, but they're going to be killing us or trying to kill us next time, and that's basically where the chapter ends. Now, with that being said, that's pretty much the chapter, but let's have a look at the main things. Chapter 210 is called Emotional Maelstrom, so that's going to be interesting. I'd like to know what's going on with there. Thinking about the nuts and bolts of this chapter, was the fact that King and Diana, through Glashina and Dolor's bodies, intervening to save the 10 Commandments, this real test? And was it a judgment call based on what they think is fair and right, rather than what's right and wrong in the art of war? I guess it's that the idea that in some situations those lines can get blurred, right and wrong, good and bad, because of war, because ultimately it's perspective. One side of the coin will see the other people as the enemy and vice versa. So was this the message or the story or the lesson that Dolor and Glashina wanted King and Diana to see? If it is, I'm a little disappointed, because with the way the goddesses and Lucidia was portrayed, it would be easy to make that judgment. It wasn't really something that would be that challenged, you know what I mean? Or maybe that's the thing, maybe it was that obvious of a choice and they'd make that choice over and over again, but because Diana and King have made that choice, they kind of understand their enemies / mentors. However, was this the moment that the 10 Commandments that survived kind of held in favor for Dolo and Glashina, and that's why they were introduced. So we see the movement they made to protect them, but we don't know how they got from here to a 10 commandment. Now that's what I want to see next. That's probably the thing I'm most interested in. I already don't like the gods and goddesses, although Tamilan, the other character, did somewhat, restore themselves, redeem themselves slightly. With that being the case, I'm interested to see what happens next week, whether it's next week, the week after, whenever. I look forward to it. Get well soon, I'll see you next time. Take it easy. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.